Hello everyone, welcome to my house. No, we're just back from MSI. We decided to take a week break in order to just relax because we've been through the spring split and then we had to practice a lot for MSI. So overall, we just had a lot of work, right? So I think it's a well-deserved break. So everyone just went back home, like Huni and Rangover went back to Korea, Fabian went back to Netherlands, and Steelback and myself just came back to France. So you guys have been wondering on the roster change about our performances. So you guys asked a lot of questions, and then I'm here to just reply to what you've been wondering and asking, right? So the first question would be, what are my thoughts about Martin's return, and what do I think about the changes on the team that he will bring? First of all, when Martin left the team after the World Championship, that was a failure to me because we didn't manage to go to quarterfinals and so on, even though we had a lot of expectations. Uh, in his situation, I would have probably done the same, looking for a better team uh, to find teammates that would actually want to play the game and uh, want to actually win the World Championship in order to have the same goal, right? I felt like not everyone was giving 100% to just perform, and we were kind of disappointed. So I would have probably done the same as Martin, even though you cannot know if it's going to backfire, if it's going to be a good move or not. You cannot know. So, um, in my opinion, you just live and learn, and then you can become a better person. It's just an experience among the others that you have to experience to just improve as a player and as a person. I believe that you guys made mistakes, and you just learn, and you won't do the same mistake in the future. This is how I believe you guys should work, and I've personally been in the scene for a while, and I've done a lot of silly mistakes, but now I believe that I've grown up and learned a ton. So yeah, um, we mainly made the decision as a team to bring back Martin because even though we won the spring split and kind of perform at MSI, we believe that it would be a benefit for us to just bring him back as a player because he has more experience, he can handle the pressure better, and yeah, we just don't want to be the best in Europe. We really want to aim higher, and everyone has this expectation to actually improve as a team, even though it will require a lot of work because you guys might think that we've broken synergy between us, but I have been playing with Martin for a year, and I know that he's a really good person and he will be a really good fit in the team. And yeah, I mean, it's a race that we've made, but I will just let you see and see how we'll perform during summer split. And I really think that you guys should trust in our decision, and we are really going to aim for really good performances for the summer split. The second question is, after our performance at MSI and after Reckless joined the roster, how confident do we feel as a team going into the summer split and World Championship? So in our team, we had mainly like four new players that had never played competitive, so it means that they had to get used to play in front of a crowd, uh, travel, having the pressure of playing on a stage and having people. So it's a lot of pressure, right? So it was really hard for the team as players, coach, manager, to handle the problems and just to improve behavior wise. Um, we just need some time and get used to it. So I believe that it was a really good experience because we've experienced the Madrid crowd, we've experienced Tallahassee for MSI, and we've also played against the best teams of any region, and we've seen how it feels like to just play against the best players in the world. And we were surprised that we could actually compete against them. Even though it was only a team, we had like a lot of sloppy games, like two of them against EDG and AHQ during the group stage. So we have to work on our consistency. But I really think that it gave us a boost confidence, and we've improved a ton playing against those teams because we screamed a lot against them. We get to see because when we're at home, we only watch the streams, and we can only get a small idea of how they play the game. And when you actually get to play against them, for example, against the LCK teams, we really thought that they were passive because they don't fight a lot. They only fight for objectives and team fights, no skirmishes. So compared to Europe, like Unicron against Fnatic, it's just fights all over the map and it's not like control fight. But I really think that those two different play style can actually compete against each other. And yeah, I mean, we fought really well. I hope we made Europe proud and you guys enjoyed watching it. But I think it was a really good experience for the young players, and hopefully we'll perform and will increase the level in Europe and have a good shot forwards. So last season I mentioned that I was planning to retire. In this situation, what's my plan for retirement and if I'm willing to stay in esport for my future job. Actually, afterwards, the last year, I was totally crushed because uh, we practiced a lot. We went to Korea for a boot camp, and I have to tell you that we've been practicing like 3 weeks for like 15 hours every day. It was really, really exhausting. Imagine waking up at 10 and then going to sleep at 1 and then you just play and eat the whole day. We were screaming against a lot of teams, like amateur Korean teams, like LCK teams, and the best teams in the world. Uh, Even though we had to lose a lot of games, we learned a ton and we've improved a lot. I even feel like we've improved way more in 1 month of practice than a whole season in Europe. So it was actually really shocking to me, and I was really glad that we could experience that. And I was like, oh man, why we cannot even go through the group stage? We cannot even qualify going out of the group stage, and we've been playing like 15 hours a day. So what can we do more to actually win a world championship? And I was thinking about it and I was like, maybe I should just stop. We've reached or I've reached my limits. But then it was in October, so it was already too late in France to go back to studying, because uh, the year actually starts in September. So I was like, it's already too late for me. I've missed 1 month. So what could I do now? So I've decided to just build a new team, because at the same time I didn't want to just leave Fnatic and just break everything apart. So I've decided to make a new team. And then I could just retire if the team was solid enough, and then, like having some basis, and then I could just happily retire and everyone could be happy, right? And like Fnatic has given me the chance to just experience esports as a professional gamer, and I really felt that I owe them this at least. And at the same time, it was good for me, so I've decided to just go for a spring split and just build a team and see what happens. Like if we win, then it's great, and we have a strong team. If we lose, then I can just give all my knowledge before leaving and so on. But now I feel like I still have a hope to actually be able to compete and maybe have a shot at world champion, at the world title, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm not planning to retire yet. I'd like, as a player, to just achieve my goal. My final goal would be win a world championship at least. And then I have no idea for the future. Maybe if I have a job offer in esports, then I would probably go for it. But at the same time, I've always thought that I need this like really stable job, and I already knew what I wanted to do before. So it's really hard for me, but I still have some time to think about it. But I had a choice between maybe going back to medicine studies or something like that. But at the same time, I'm thinking that I would be too old if I really go back there because it lasts at least 6 or 7 years. And considering that I'm 23 right now, it would be really, I'll be like really late. So I hope that I can stay in esport because I really enjoy working in this atmosphere and I feel like one it's a unique experience. So we'll see. We will be facing SOAS and XPK in this summer split. How do I feel about that? Once you're in game and you're playing against anyone, you cannot show any emotions because, let's say, if a player is better than you, then it will get into your head and you'll just be scared, and then you will maybe play worse or maybe you will play better. So it just depends on how you are. But for me, it doesn't matter who I'm facing. So for sure, I really like them as a person. I really enjoyed spending time with them. Like I've lived 2 years with them, and it was a lot of fun. But once we play against each other on the Summoner Rift, there is no pity. So even though it's your best friend, even though it's your brother or someone like that, you just want to win. So you are going to give it everything, and then that's it. So I'm really excited because those guys um, had a lot of energy to just rebuild a team and go through the Challenger Series, and I really respect that. And I knew that they were going to qualify, so I'm really looking forward to play against them, and it will be a lot of fun. So how do we choose the Fnatic members? And if it's only my decision, or do we choose as a team? So I don't really understand the question, but if I can answer. Um, so how we build a team? So my manager, when we did a boot camp in Korea last year to prepare awards. We've played against amateur teams, and this is how we found Huni. We played against the Samsung trainee team, and it was a bunch of solo queue players that were in a Samsung house just to practice because they were not old enough to just play competitively in competitive. And yeah, like that player, he was one of them, and he was actually really good. So a bunch of 5 players that were playing against the All Fnatic roster. We've lost against them 2 games, so we lost 2-0, and it was actually impressive. So we decided to contact him, and this is how he got chosen. And yeah, it's a great choice. I'm really happy having Huni and Rain over because they are like really good guys. We have a lot of fun, and they are really good in game as well. And it's a ton of fun every day. I could basically like say it's almost my brothers, even though it's been only 4 months we know each other. It's really good atmosphere. And then I was in charge to find a mid laner and an AD carry. And then I knew that Fabian was really good, so he had like 3 accounts in the top challenger later, and I was playing a lot with him, and I knew that this guy got talent, and he can grow as a player and as a person. And he's really young and motivated. So this is how I picked him up. I was like pointing at him, yeah, I want him. And then Fnatic management was like, all right, we're going to do uh, the necessary to just pick him up, right? So I was happy. And then for the AD carry, how it was, it's like I just opened the challenger list, and then I was like, oh, maybe this one, or this one. And then I asked Fabian, since he was playing a lot of later, like, who should I pick? And then he advised me to pick Steelback, and then I played a lot of like maybe 10 games with him to test him, and then it went really well. And I didn't know him as a person though, so it was a bit risky, but it turned out to just be really good. Like he's like everyone in the house is just so positive, willing to learn and improve, takes critics super well, so it's like really easy to work with them. And when we made a team decision, even though I got the captain of the team, like this title doesn't mean anything. I mean, okay, you might think that I have a lot of voice or I'm a dictator or I don't know, but to me it means nothing because we are a team, we're 5 players and we're a unit. So when we have to take a decision, at least 3 of us or the majority has to give his opinion, and then if everyone is okay or if 3 of us is okay, if we have different opinions, then the majority has the upper hand, and then there is the coach, the management, and yeah, so it's a lot of stuff. So most of us have to agree and see the up and downs and what will benefit us. So I'm not the only one. The team has to choose. We have to choose as a team, yeah. Who's my favorite support player in the esport history and who do I fear the most? I'd say not a lot of players have impressed me so far, but the one that was really, really impressive and is the only one that impressed me was Mata during the World Championship 2014. I've played a lot. Well, maybe as a team it would be SKTT1 when they won the World Championship during 2013 because we've played a ton of scrims against them. It was really hard, and not to mention that we've lost all our like 20 games of scrims against them, and it was really frustrating because we didn't know how to win against them. They were just better than us on every aspect and on every lane, so it was really hard. But that's why they were so dominant during that year. Else, it was Mata. He's the one that really impressed me. I've played against him, and he had a lot of lane pressure, lane domination, and then he was moving everywhere. And this is how I learned a ton by just practicing against him. Him and Imp were a really, really good bot lane. I've never felt so pressured, and I don't think we've won a lane against them actually. Every time we were screaming, we were losing like 15 minutes, so it was something really, really impressive. And it was even harder than playing against SKT in their prime time. So yeah, Mata was obviously like a model, someone I could look up to when as a support player. If I had to choose the greatest moment of my esports career, I could probably not tell you what's the best because I've been playing professionally since January 2013, so it's been more than 2 years, and I was already part of the esport journey right before that because I was taking part in IEM tournaments and so on before, so I was already in the esport circuit before. But I can tell you that I'm incredibly happy to just be part of esport, and I know that I'm aware to have the chance to just be part of it when it's growing. I've seen esports growing so much because before I was just bringing my own computer to just play in a LAN party or something, and now it's just a dream. You just travel around the world, you just play tournament. A lot of people are coming to watch you play, so I'm super glad and I cannot be happier than that. So every day I'm doing what I love for a living. So what can I ask for more? I'm just enjoying every second and every minute of what I'm doing, and I'm really proud of you. And I mean, I'm really glad that you guys support us. And uh, I mean, I've been working and meeting incredible people, like just great people, you know. So hopefully it's going to last for a while. And then, yeah. So the last question is about us streaming on Twitch. So as you know, before we were streaming on Azubu, and yeah, we were not streaming consistently because um, we were willing to actually perform better on stage. So we would prioritize our screams rather than streaming, for example. So this is something I respect because if you want to stream, then you cannot be like really good at competitive level, or if you do both, then you have to play a lot. And after a day of screams, if you are really focused and give everything, then you're really tired. And then your stream is not going to be as good as if you were like full-time streaming. But at the same time, I know that you guys want to watch us play, get to know us more, and watch our plays. So we'll be trying to stream more. And if our connection in Berlin, because yes, it's really hard for us to get a good connection for now, but it's going to come in a few weeks. So we'll be streaming uh, more on a daily basis, for example. So we'll try to stream maybe 2 hours a day, every one of us, so you guys can actually follow us. And the main reason of why we didn't stream was because of our internet connection that had problems. But yeah, you guys will see us online soon. Stay tuned. So that's it for the vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed the answers, and then I'll probably do one more after a few weeks, so some things happen, and hopefully we'll do well in summer split. And I really enjoy you guys sending super kind messages, even though we are performing or not, because you are part of our success. Like sometimes when we have hard times, it's really hard to just stay focused. And I mean, like, just thanks for being here and being so supportive. So see you later. See you in Berlin.